Did you know that most people who win the lottery end up poor again in less than 5 years? On the other hand, there are billionaires who lost everything and rebuilt their fortunes from scratch. The difference between them isn't the money, it's the way they think. And today, you're going to discover the 7 hidden principles that make a billionaire's mind work in a completely different way from yours. Chapter 1. The Power of Thinking Differently. Billionaires don't stand out just because of the money they accumulate, but because of how they see the world. While most people focus on short-term gains, billionaires train their minds to look beyond, seeking opportunities that may take years to bear fruit. This different perspective is the first step toward building a billionaire mindset. Think about how most people approach work, trading time for money. You work 8 hours and get a paycheck at the end of the month. For a billionaire, that equation doesn't add up. They think, how can I use my time and ideas to create something that keeps generating value even when I'm not there? This simple shift in perspective changes the game. A classic example comes from Warren Buffett. From a young age, he understood that every dollar spent could be multiplied if invested. While his peers bought candy or toys, Buffett invested his coins in businesses and stocks. The secret wasn't the money he had, but the different way he thought about it. What billionaires know, and most people ignore, is that wealth starts in the mind. If you think in terms of scarcity, you're limited by your own beliefs. But if you start thinking in terms of abundance and possibilities, your brain begins to seek solutions instead of excuses. This mindset shift opens doors that most people don't even see. That's why the first hidden principle is clear. Thinking differently is the foundation of all lasting wealth. It's not about magic formulas, but about training your mind to see beyond the obvious. If you want to walk toward prosperity, you need to start by changing how you view money, time, and the opportunities in front of you. Chapter 2. The Hidden Value of Knowledge. Billionaires understand something many overlook. True wealth isn't in your bank account, but in your mind. Money can be lost, stolen, or devalued. But knowledge, once acquired, becomes a permanent asset, capable of opening doors and creating new sources of wealth. It's no coincidence that the world's richest people are also avid readers and relentless learners. For example, Elon Musk taught himself rocket engineering not through a specialized degree, but by devouring technical books for years. This habit of constantly seeking knowledge is a common trait among those who build empires. While many spend hours watching TV or scrolling through social media, billionaires use that same time to absorb ideas, talk with mentors, and analyze trends. They know that every piece of new information could be the key to a smart investment or an innovative business. You might think, but I don't have access to the same resources they do. The truth is, learning has never been easier. Ebooks, online courses, podcasts, and even book summaries are available to everyone. The difference lies in who chooses to use these resources to grow and who prefers to waste time. The second hidden principle is simple but powerful. Invest in knowledge before investing in anything else. Because a prepared mind not only sees opportunities but also knows how to turn them into real results. Chapter 3. Time is more precious than money. There's one resource billionaires treat with more care than money: time. While most believe money is the most valuable asset, billionaires know that time is limited and cannot be recovered. Lose an hour, and it's gone forever. This understanding completely changes how they live and work. Ordinary people are used to trading time for money. They work long hours for a fixed salary. Billionaires, on the other hand, seek to create systems, businesses, and assets that keep generating value even without their presence. Instead of being slaves to the clock, they turn time into a strategic ally. A clear example is Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. He didn't spend hours packing boxes in a warehouse. His focus was on long-term strategic decisions that, once implemented, would multiply results for decades. This kind of time management is what separates visionary leaders from exhausted workers. You can apply this principle in your daily life too. Ask yourself, does this task need to be done by me, or can it be delegated, automated, or simplified? When you free up time from low-impact activities, you gain energy to focus on what truly makes a difference. The third hidden principle is this: treat your time as the most valuable asset you have. Money can come and go, but lost time never returns. Those who learn to use every hour wisely take a giant step toward a billionaire mindset. Chapter 4: Calculated Courage. Many believe billionaires are fearless, ready to risk everything at any opportunity. But the truth is quite different. They don't act recklessly. What sets them apart is their ability to take calculated risks, knowing exactly how far they can go without jeopardizing their future. Calculated courage means studying, analyzing, and preparing before taking a step. It's like crossing an unfamiliar bridge. A billionaire doesn't leap into the dark. They check the structure, calculate the distance, and then cross with confidence. The risk exists, but it's minimized by preparation. A striking example comes from Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group. When he decided to start an airline, he didn't buy planes right away. Instead, he negotiated with Boeing to return the planes if the business failed. Did he take a risk? But he did it intelligently, protecting himself from a fatal fall. Most people, out of fear, avoid any risk and stay in their comfort zone. The problem is, without risk, there's no growth. Others risk everything without thinking, driven by emotion, and end up losing it all. The billionaire mindset lies in the balance. Courage, but always paired with strategy. The fourth hidden principle is this: take risks, but never without calculation. Every decision must be analyzed, every step must have a plan B. It's not about eliminating fear, but turning it into fuel to move forward with awareness. Chapter 5: Build assets, not just income. Most people work to increase their salary. The more they earn, the more they spend. Billionaires, however, have a different focus: building assets. They know true financial freedom doesn't come from how much you earn monthly, but from what keeps coming into your account even when you're not working. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. It could be a business, a rented property, dividend-paying stocks, or even a digital channel generating passive income. The key is that assets are like seeds. You plant them once and reap the rewards for a long time. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, emphasizes this tirelessly. The rich buy assets, the poor buy liabilities. While one invests in something that generates returns, the other spends on things that only take money away, like luxury cars that depreciate or consumer debt. Imagine two people receiving a $5,000 bonus. The first buys the latest smartphone, which loses value in months. The second invests in a real estate fund that pays monthly dividends. 10 years later, who do you think built real wealth? The fifth hidden principle is simple: stop working just for money and start making money work for you. Building assets is the difference between always chasing bills or achieving true financial freedom. Chapter 6: Valuable Networking. No billionaire reached the top alone. Behind every great fortune is a network of strategic relationships. Networking isn't just about having contacts, but about cultivating connections that create mutual value, opening doors that would never open on their own. Ordinary people often see networking as superficial, limited to exchanging business cards or adding profiles on social media. Billionaires understand that relationships are as valuable an asset as money. They surround themselves with people who inspire, challenge, and expand their possibilities. A striking example is Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Wozniak's genius for building computers met Jobs' business and marketing vision. Alone, they might have been just talented kids in a garage. Together, they built Apple, one of the world's most valuable companies. Valuable networking means asking less, "What's in it for me?" and more, "How can I contribute to this person?" When you create value first, you build bonds of trust that turn into lasting partnerships. The sixth hidden principle is this: cultivate strategic and valuable relationships. Because wealth doesn't grow on isolated islands, but in collaborative networks. Those who learn to connect with the right people accelerate their journey to success. Chapter 7: Patience and Long-Term Vision. Billionaires don't build empires overnight. They know that true wealth is the result of patience and a long-term vision. While most people seek instant gratification, billionaires plant seeds today to reap results 5, 10, or 20 years from now. The financial market is a clear example of this. Investors like Warren Buffett often say, "The market transfers money from the impatient to the patient." Those who try to get rich quick usually lose everything. But those who stay disciplined and consistent, even in tough times, build lasting fortunes. This long-term vision isn't limited to investments. It shows up in businesses, partnerships, and even lifestyle habits. Billionaires plan with decades in mind, not days. This gives them clarity to make decisions that seem small now but become massive in the future. Take Amazon, for example. For years, the company operated without significant profits because Jeff Bezos believed in sustainable long-term growth. While critics laughed, he stayed true to his vision. Today, Amazon is one of the largest corporations on the planet. The seventh hidden principle is this: have patience and maintain a long-term vision. It's not about waiting passively, but acting strategically, knowing that great achievements take time to mature. Chapter 8: Turning Problems into Opportunities. The difference between those who get rich and those who stay stagnant often lies in how they view problems. Most people see obstacles as insurmountable barriers. Billionaires see them as invitations to innovate and create solutions worth millions. Great fortunes were born from crises. During economic hardships, while many gave up, visionaries created new business models. They understand that the bigger the problem, the greater the reward for finding the right solution. An example is Reed Hastings, founder of Netflix. He turned his frustration with late fees at video rental stores into a revolutionary idea: streaming. What started as a personal problem became a billion-dollar business, forever changing how we consume entertainment. This unique perspective can be applied on any scale. Instead of complaining about the difficulty of saving money, for instance, you could find creative ways to cut expenses or generate extra income. The secret is training your mind to seek solutions instead of excuses. The eighth hidden principle is this: turn every problem into a disguised opportunity. Those who learn to see beyond difficulties discover doors others don't even notice. Chapter 9: Discipline over motivation. Billionaires don't rely on being in the mood to act. They know motivation is fleeting, while discipline builds consistent results. It's discipline that keeps someone investing month after month, even when progress isn't immediately visible. Many people start projects with enthusiasm but give up at the first sign of difficulty. Billionaires, however, create routines, habits, and systems that keep them on track, even on days when they lack motivation. They know success doesn't come from bursts of energy, but from consistency. Take Bill Gates' routine, for example. Even after achieving unimaginable wealth, he maintains strict habits of reading, learning, and time management. Discipline, not fleeting motivation, sustains his ability to innovate continuously. You can apply this to your financial life too. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start saving or investing. Just create a habit of setting aside a fixed amount every month. Small, disciplined actions accumulated over time can lead to massive transformations. The ninth hidden principle is this: value discipline over motivation. Because discipline keeps the pace, sustains results, and turns good intentions into real achievements. Chapter 10: The Power of Constant Innovation. Billionaires don't rest on past achievements. They know the world changes fast, and what works today might be obsolete tomorrow. That's why they cultivate a mindset of constant innovation, always improving, seeking new ideas, and staying ahead of changes. While many fear change, billionaires embrace it. For them, every market shift is a chance to reinvent themselves. Those who see innovation as a threat fall behind. Those who see it as an opportunity find new paths to growth. A clear example is Elon Musk's journey. He could have settled after selling PayPal and securing his fortune. Instead, he invested in high-risk sectors like electric cars and space exploration. His willingness to innovate made him one of the most influential people today. In practice, innovating doesn't mean creating something revolutionary every day. It can be improving a process, finding a more efficient solution, or adopting a new tool. The key is to never stop looking for ways to evolve. The 10th hidden principle is this: make innovation a permanent habit. Because those who continuously reinvent themselves don't just survive change, they thrive in it. Chapter 11: Purpose Beyond Money. True billionaires aren't driven solely by the desire to accumulate money. What fuels them is a greater purpose, transforming industries, leaving a legacy, and impacting lives. Money is a byproduct, not the main goal. When your purpose is clear, your decisions gain strength and consistency. It's what keeps you steady in tough times when results seem far off. Purpose gives meaning to the journey and prevents wealth from becoming an empty race. Take Muhammad Yunus, creator of Grameen Bank, which popularized microcredit for the poor. His goal wasn't to become a billionaire, but to provide dignity and opportunities. The impact of his vision was so profound that he won the Nobel Peace Prize. Having a purpose doesn't mean you need to change the entire world. It could be something simple like ensuring a better life for your family, supporting meaningful causes, or creating useful solutions for your community. The key is that your money aligns with your values. The 11th hidden principle is this: build your wealth on a purpose greater than money. Because, in the end, it's the meaning behind your journey that gives your wealth purpose and makes your story resonate beyond the numbers. Now that you've gone through these 11 chapters, you no longer think the way you did before. You've learned that wealth doesn't start in your wallet, but in your mind. That billionaires aren't different by chance, but because they follow principles anyone can apply: discipline, long-term vision, calculated courage, and, above all, purpose. But remember, knowledge without action is just information. The real power comes when you start putting these lessons into practice, step by step. So, choose your first move today. It could be setting aside part of your income to invest, seeking new knowledge, building an asset, or simply changing how you view time and opportunities. If this audiobook resonated with you, share it with someone else who needs to transform their financial mindset. And keep going, because your journey to think and live like a billionaire is just beginning.